because back then ISIS had to be strengthened.
Right.
And we know from Kerry's leaked audio that he said that, we allowed ISIS to advance on Damascus to put pressure on Assad.
Yep.
We watched them advance on this, and Al-Qaeda and the other groups, which are not all that different from ISIS. So, the Iranians the Iranians actually, and Hezbollah actually entered the fight in 2013. Hezbollah first, only after 2 years, when tens of thousands of foreign fighters were brought into the country, many of them from Europe, and Western intelligence agencies allowed them to travel to Turkey. They knew that they were coming from mosques funded by Saudi Arabia and other such countries, and that they were being radicalized. They knew it, and they allowed it to happen because they wanted them to go to Turkey and then to Syria.
Right.
And, from northern African countries. And only after tens of thousands of these extremists were already in Syria did Hezbollah go in, did Iran go in to prevent the country from collapsing, Syria and Iraq from collapsing and falling into the hands of these extremists. So, and of course, everything is reverse in the Western media. So Assad is butchering his own people, not Erdogan, not Netanyahu, who was also supporting these groups on the phone, not the United States, who was leading this dirty war from Istanbul and also from Jordan. No, they didn't butcher Syrians. But the reality is that the real butchers of Syria are these Western regimes and their local allies who butchered the country. There would not have been a dirty war if they had not, turned this into a military conflict by bringing in these extremists or facilitating their movement into Syria and Iraq and giving them the weapons they needed to carry out their destruction. They are the real butchers, but they use Assad because they want to deflect attention away from the reality. Just like Duma, when they talk about chemical attacks and how Assad is gassing his own people. Well, we know from Aaron Matei's work and the work of others what really happened in Duma, and we know what happened to the OPCW whistleblowers that no one is going to report in the West. But let us pretend that these chemical attacks were all carried out when the Syrian government was winning battles, as if the Syrian government wanted suddenly the Americans to start bombing them as they were winning. It makes no sense